so I have it recorded because you know how I go. Somebody will miss that part, and I don't want them to miss it. I don't want them to miss it. Let's see. But I do, y'all are going to like uh, what we do today and tonight. So 1 second. No. Boom. Okay. One more button. One more button. I'll get this one. It's this one. Uh, and we're rolling. I feel like I did a master class, or I could today on how to work in your business in one day. Cause when I tell y'all, that's what today was for me. And when I tell y'all, I literally just stopped, just stopped. So I'm rolling straight out of work in the class, just to let y'all know. Okay, boom, boom. All right, so we got the screen going, so now I can fully flow. Okay, so first. Next month was supposed to be podcast month. I'm not gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. I want to 100% say to y'all, and I want you to put me in the chat if you agree with me. Don't leave me hanging when I say this. We go move podcast month to April. The reason why is I feel like y'all not ready. If I told all y'all right now, let's do podcast, man, I'm talking about that would be literally next week's class. Some of y'all not ready. Now, let me explain how I know y'all not ready, right? A lot of y'all are either getting back into your groove or the winter season is not really your season. Like December, January specifically, summer, November, you're not really at your most hype or your best. Would y'all agree? Not in a bad way. And remember, this not everybody. This not everybody, obviously. But for a lot of y'all, now, and some of y'all, remember, don't project on yourself. Some of y'all, you moving, you grooving, you shaking, you baking. But if I think of y'all as a unit, not everybody is in full gas mode because you're a human too. You got family too. You just came out the holidays too. It's cold, it's snowing, it's all types of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Which don't mean that you ain't gonna do your thing. It just means that this ain't been your best season. So if you was to start a podcast, most of y'all would be starting a podcast out of no hype, and it would be one more thing on your to-do list. Now that don't mean I'm not excited for y'all to do it. It means that I need to give y'all more of what a lot of y'all have already expressed that you need. Remember, I teach y'all that your business is about what them people say they want. Get them people what they say they want, baby. Don't be oh me. So I can't just be like because I'm in podcast mode, I'm in show mode. No. What y'all have expressed and said y'all need and want is Merch Kingdom. So we gonna do Merch Kingdom 2.0. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. A lot of y'all who did make it through. One, we've added quite a few people after we did Merch Kingdom because it was in September. So you got to think October, November, December, January has went by. That's been 4 months. A lot of y'all, and how many of y'all, let me know in the chat, you still got some gaps, some questions, or you just didn't kick off a launch like you really wanted to. Like you did some of the stuff, some of y'all did all the stuff, but you ain't pushed that merch. You ain't sold now hoodie. You didn't promote it. You didn't order it. You ain't wore it. And some of y'all, it took you a little longer to get there. Some of y'all, you right there. You right there. But let's just be honest. It ain't been a hoodie in sight for some of y'all. You know, it wasn't there yet. But t-shirt season is right here, and you can still sell some hoodies in the north and stuff like that. But the point is, it's a new year. Why not do that in February instead? You said I should bundle my merch yesterday. I was like, yeah. So how many of y'all like that we go run that back? I know a couple of people like Madeline, who is her main brand is fashion now. Uh, uh, Malika, I can't remember Malika if you were here or I don't think you was in class like that yet when we did Merch Kingdom last time. You might have been, but even this give me a chance to go a little bit more in depth and set the tone with that, especially while we have the Thursday classes too. So I can still be sales and accountability focused in the Thursday class. I can still be community focused in the QC classes. And on our Tuesdays for February, we can stick right in that merch. You got here right at the end? Okay. Yeah, right. Because it was in September and the South Carolina Content Day was in September. So us freshmen have no clue about Merch Kingdom. I already know, but you're gonna like it, Keita, given that you work in I know yours is more like a needed situation and stuff, but shirts match that, all of that good stuff. So Merch Kingdom, y'all, is where every Tuesday class for a month, we talk about merch. So the first week I go through let me make sure it's 4 Tuesdays in February 1st before I start running my mouth. It is. I thought so. Okay. So the first class, I go through the whole thing top to bottom. Shopify, Printful, what else is it? Uh Canva. So pretty much I flow through all three of those. And I got some new merch in. So I'll even be able, and I'm consistent on juice and style right now. Supposed to be for the whole year. Hold me to it. So I'm able to even give more examples. I'm gonna link with Bree, and we go do some print fight because she got bigger in print fight since that time as well. So I'm gonna see if when we do the printful class, if she can come in and do the print fight class for us. So that's gonna be good. So once again, y'all all listen. The thing you have to be prepared for, and I'll move on to our next thing. You have to make sure. I'm gonna say this real clear. You have to make sure for these Tuesday classes. I say this all the time. Be here, be attentive, all of that. No, for real. Be here and be ready to do the stuff as I'm doing it. Now, the first class is almost kind of like a watch because I go through it kind of quick. I'm boom, 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 boom. Each class after that, the next 3 weeks, we essentially break down everything in pieces. Okay, so we go design to Shopify. Then we do Shopify. This time I will make once again Shopify a whole class. It is hard to do that much stuff in Shopify in an hour. That is the problem. I had Connie to come and help me last time, and we had a bonus class. We may do that again for some of y'all who need some extra help, but I really want to try to put it in that one. But I will be hard in an hour, even 2 hours. Shopify is hard now. All the old Be Like people can tell y'all it's a little challenging because we we worked on our Shopify's all the time back then. Like how y'all work on landing pages, which don't really take no work. Shopify was where we did everything at, y'all. The stuff we know, y'all don't know. This will make Chanel laugh. Y'all don't know there is the worksheet y'all have. There are whole tabs dedicated to Shopify. They used to have to check in with me through filling out a whole tab for their Shopify. Whole thing. Average order value, conversion, all of that. So it's kind of hard to put that all into one, but we go figure it out in February. So we will be doing Merch Kingdom this February. What's up, Ursula? Listen, we got Ursula in the building tonight, y'all. I had to close my shop so it wouldn't charge me $40. That's all right, because you can always open it back up. And you don't have to open it back up till you're ready. For real, for real. You don't have to open it back up until you're ready. But needless to say, we're gonna be doing Merch Kingdom next month. Okay. So that's what we will be focusing in on, locking in on, and all of that good stuff. Will you go over how to set up pre-orders? Yes. Yes. So pre-orders, which pre-orders kind of is an easy thing, but I make sure to show you pretty much how you do it, because pretty much you make a product without connecting it to your drop shipping site. But what y'all gotta remember, if you're doing it drop ship the way I showed y'all, it's technically almost the same as a pre-order system, because you don't have to already have the product and you don't have to have no money. That's the thing I keep trying to tell y'all. You can do this thing without having any of that stuff first. That's the essence, what the ease of drop shipping. Okay. So now we have that out the way. Our other announcements before I got to tell y'all what I wanted to do. Oh, March Madness is coming up. Okay, y'all. March Madness is coming up. So two things, really three. Number one, get your ticket. Remember, y'all have a discount code. Listen, do not try to wait last minute. I'll be honest with y'all. By the time March come, I probably will close the tickets, because through exclusive and QC people, I really have enough people to do March Madness and it just be done. I leave it open really for you, okay? But it's really set. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a person that's saying, I know I want to do it, I want you to, if you saving up, or maybe you waiting on taxes, you moving some things around, because of course you got travel mixed in with that, let me know. Anytime y'all planning on making a move, let me know, because I mean, I may be like, I done closed all the leads I want to close from this specific thing, and I shut it off and move to the next thing. I don't want y'all to let the outside people be like that. Like that girl the other day who said, well, somebody told me it was $5,000 to get coached by you. I said, you've been waiting 9 months to raise up $5,000 come get coached by me. And we done had bundle after bundle. We had no bundle for a while. Sis, I she was like, yeah, I got to start doing my own homework. I said, you definitely do, because you could have been getting coached a long time ago. But anyway, so March Madness is there. I got a question for y'all on that too, so I'm gonna come back to it. Also, beyond March Madness, listen, Jamia has the travel. She has a travel kit, travel guide for y'all where you can book your hotel. It is really good, y'all. I told y'all that when I seen it. It is so nice. It is so nice. She got all the right stuff, and plus all the same stuff that I put in there, the hotels, all of that. Remember, y'all, we in downtown Dallas, but they call it Uptown because Deep Ellum is our downtown. Okay, so they call it Deep Ellum. So just know that. She just dropped in the chat for you. So if you're looking to make some travel arrangements, do that stuff like that, you want to make sure you get locked in on that. Okay. Now also I am doing in-person sessions. Okay, these in-person sessions are 2 hours pretty much. Okay, they're 2 hours and some change, really, the kind of way I got it mapped out. But point being, I will have some during that week. So that week will be closed off the meetings for those of y'all who fly in early, who want to do your content day. Uh, I have some space right before each day as well. It ain't gonna be none afterwards because we be wore out. Okay. All right. So make sure if you say, hey, I want to get an in-person content day with Coach. Once again, y'all got your discounted rates. You need to tell me. You need to tell me that you're gonna be there. So it'll be on Thursday. Now we have Thursday slots too. So I'm telling y'all this now because the emails are about to start coming out for February to QC people, exclusive people, and ticket holders, telling y'all what's the slot so you can pick your slots. Because your slots gotta iron up with your flight. You get what I'm saying? So once again, there's some Thursday before we do our meet and greet that evening, and then that But for Friday and Saturday, we do the sessions. So, but there's a couple people like I'm gonna be there Wednesday, boom, boom. So I'm gonna open up some slots for y'all during those times too. Okay. So we working. We working. Okay. Now here's my quick question before I go on from that I got for y'all. How many people, uh, how many people you like, a coach? I like March Madness in Dallas, but if there was something maybe in May or June, we ain't gonna say July because y'all already supposed to be coming back out here in July. Or July. Let's say that. May, June, July. You like, hey, that might more work for me, either because you looking to buy off taxes, you got something going on, anything like that. Put me in the chat if you one of them people. If not, just don't say nothing. We finna move on. But put me in the chat if you one of them people. One person already said that, and I was already like, well, we got July, because we always have y'all come out in July. We just not doing Houston this year. We're going to do Dallas. You get what I'm saying? But this helps me and Jazz finalize the plannings for it. Okay, Shell, Deidre, yeah, because Deidre, I know you had your back. Ursula said, whoop, whoop, yeah, you got to come on up because Houston is some fun trips now. Okay. She said, I'll be there. What days? Dallas in July or March Madness? March Madness March 20th, 21st. We haven't picked the days for July yet, but y'all know it's always that week after 4th of July. It's always that week after 4th of July. So that would be, we'll never want y'all to come out July 4th weekend. It's always usually the week of the 13th, but the 13th rolls into a Monday now. So it'll likely be either the 9th through the 11th or the 16th through the 18th. I like the 9th through the 11th because how many of y'all, your kids go back to school late July? That's a thing now, which is crazy because in Mississippi, they do that. Every time when we take our late trip home to July, them kids be back in school. We be like, them niggas in school, it's July. Yeah, some of these states put them kids back in school like the last week of July. July, they be in school like July 21st. Yeah, they be throwing these kids back off up in there, Mike. They will throw them back in school in July. So that's why we always kind of not the week of 4th of July, but the week right after that, because we know y'all got school supplies, getting kids back in school. We don't want to run into none of that. Okay, so that just helps me know for planning sake, what we planning with that and how we gonna move that, okay? All right, so now let's get into it because we're doing our 100K game plan part 2. Here's 2 things I need y'all to do. I'm gonna kind of solicit y'all for the first one, okay? Here's the first one. I'm finna put you don't have to click the link to do this for obvious sakes. Uh but but I'm finna give y'all a post. Something I've been making sure I work harder at is gathering testimonies. We are in an elevated season, y'all. And so I've been making sure, doing my best to make sure I do all the stuff. Uh, I do all the stuff that I'm supposed to do that even takes me, myself, and I to the next level. Because I can't be talking to y'all about going to the next level. And I ain't did what I asked y'all to do. I mean, I ain't did the same thing. And and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But I'm gonna give y'all a link to this post. Then what I want all y'all to do. It ain't gotta be your long testimony, but I want all y'all to go comment uh under this post because this post will be what I use for testimonies. All 3. I mean, what I use for marketing material. So some of y'all seen that in my stories today. I did finish those posts. So hold on, let me grab the link. So y'all are comment under the right one. Actually, when I think about it, two of these uh work for this, but I do this one. Now it's easy to do on my phone. Okay. Now stay put because I got something else I finna tell y'all to do too. And it's gonna make what I'm telling you to do now well more worth it. Let me share my screen so I can show y'all how to do it. And this is gonna help me teach tonight so we can make it interactive. So it's this post, but this post will be here and it will also be, this post is exchanged out every month. So y'all can put one here. But listen, if you've ever came to a content day with me, whether it was on tour or whether it was an in-person one just for yourself, if you did your content marketing day, I want you to comment a quick testimony on this post. Like I say, we all know how to type. So if it's a longer one, I appreciate it. If it's a shorter one, I appreciate it as well. Now, after you do those two, and I'm talking about doing right now. Don't be lazy on me because I don't ask y'all for much. But after you do that, this is the next thing I want y'all to do. Here's the fun part for y'all. Everybody here should have did their 100K game plan because I don't think we have anybody here who wasn't here when we did it. Maybe one or two people. Most half of the freshmen ain't here today who supposed to be here. So that's why I say maybe only one or two of y'all I doubt, which is Jazz or Quita. But in your 100K game plan, so I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. I'm gonna use males for example. When you click on it, when you click on share, you can come right here and you can type my email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat, even though it's pretty easy. You just can't forget the S. Beat Life Mentors with an S at gmail.com. Put that in right now. And as I teach tonight, I'm gonna teach from reviewing y'all's 100K game plan. Now you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So we go see. And if anybody here needs the sheet, we got it. But I want to do it from your worksheet. We got the example sheets in here, but I want to do it from your sheet. Email it. No, not the photo. You might be talking about for the testimony. The testimony, I just need your comment. I do got a testimony graphic, but what I said I'm gonna start doing is sharing it and sending it to y'all, and you can put your own photos and words in there. He said Bruno's Nutches, everyone. I wanted to pop in for a second. Do you got a minute? I want you to speak to something real quick. I just thought about if you got a minute. I know you might be driving. Okay, you do. Let me make sure everybody got the instructions. Then I'll let you have it, and then I'll go through their game plans, and we'll be done. Everybody got the game plan instructions. You ain't got to do neither, but I want you to drop your testimonies, and then, like I said, after that, I want you. If you want me to see your sheet, now this also gonna be a telltale sign if some of y'all did it or not, which is something y'all have to get better at. Because listen, you want to be you stop running around talking about you want to be Big Meech and you ain't doing the work on your business. Should nobody be thinking past March right now? Can someone send me the worksheet? Mine keeps giving an error message. Uh did you already type on yours? Is you saying you gonna start over? Because if we send you the, I can put the blank one in here again, but it's gonna make you start over. So copy. Okay, any other questions? Because I want Ursula. You started over. Yeah, you can start over if you want to, but I mean that's a lot of work to me. I honestly don't remember this class. I will feel mine. Well, I just dropped the sheet for y'all again. So it's good we ran this back then. Cause all y'all need to have it. Everybody need to have a 100K game plan. Even if you make 100K or not, you need to have a game plan that you follow. Because the more I will say this, and I'm gonna ask Ursula this question. This is actually a lead off into it. The more like, I really like the programs we have right now, from exclusive to QC to sales accountability call to this class. I feel like I'm a better coach right now, and we're building a better community. Saying that to say this, as I have looked in depth into some of y'all's business, one, I see my formula is becoming easier for y'all to work. And I love that because some people are getting some amazing results with putting a purpose in front with their business. Also, the other thing I have noticed, listen to this, because this go into the question, is that when it comes to sales, most of y'all are not ready. I'm talking about whether you getting a little bit or a lot. Most of y'all, if you're not making $1,000 to $3,200 a month, most of y'all, not everybody, but just about, you have these really small details that you don't have in your workflow. And in the last 90 days, one way or another, the way I've been strategically teaching y'all, I've covered it. But it's for all of y'all. Can y'all agree? You can put true in the chat. It's literally some of the smallest little things for some of y'all. And it's like, yeah, it's this part that's still getting me. Or it's this part I'm fighting the consistency of. Now remember our laws now. Don't beat yourself up. Because you're not here to beat yourself up. You're here to analyze and say, this is my challenge area. That's the area we need to pray on. That's the area we need to make adjustments to. But there are some areas that some of y'all you're not doing right now. Ursula, here's where my question finna come in at. Now, for a lot of y'all, you have matured in this way, and this is why I'm so proud of my community. Y'all are so healthy in this aspect. Y'all have matured in the sense of you don't think you're gonna be a millionaire tomorrow no more. Love that. You done matured to, I need to really build this thing. Whether it's make $1,000 a day or $10,000 a day. If I want to have a real business, I need to do like that bald head man telling me to do and build the doggone business. The man literally is handing it to me. Literally. And I need to build it based on my purpose. And he's showing me how you can work your purpose, but still have the right structure of business and still be impacting people and still be making sales. But as I look closer, I'm starting to find these individual I'll say don't nobody overthink this part, but spirits, meaning a spirit to your mindset, meaning y'all are trusting me more to where as I talk to y'all or watch y'all, you're becoming to be more vulnerable. And I'm finding out things about different sectors of y'all that I didn't know before. Now, here's a small sector. And Ursula, I want you to speak to this. And these people know who they are. Ursula, if you can speak to, I'm trying to find the right way to bring the question, but if you can speak to, because we've had to do it and we've had other people to do it, how you have to focus on doing exactly what the mission is. Once you set that, and that's the intent, that's the purpose, doing exactly what the mission is. And y'all, you have to know the results you're getting, but you literally have to be blind to it. And saying this because it's a few of y'all that you keep outside of me, you would have already destroyed your business. You keep wanting to revert back, uh, start something new, change something. especially because majority of y'all are women outside of me and Dean. You get what I'm saying? So you get in this emotional state where when you get in this big space where it's not even the business that's killing you. I listened to this on this podcast the other day. They said the silence of y'all not being chosen or feeling like you number one because you didn't tell yourself that. Y'all, if I don't make $1 a day, I still tell myself I'm him and I still wake up the next day and I follow the same plan over and over and over and over and over again. Now, y'all in different spaces of that, I want to say. But Ursula, can you speak to that as they share their sheets with me and as they comment on that post for me? For those of y'all that don't know, Ursula heavy on the content. When you used to see me, you used to see her. We kind of started out together. Ursula even started a little bit before me when it came to content coaching. All these content ideas that we used to do, all our content used to be on a whole nother level, baby, when we used to be able to just run to her and it was like free lunch at school, baby. That's how her content was free lunch at school. It was you're eating every day. You get what I'm saying? So we didn't have no problems. But Ursula, yeah, can you speak to that just to give some of them another voice? And just keep in mind, some of them are really far and they removed from it, so they got a light struggle of it. But it's a couple people in here, uh, like Mel, who they struggling with it real bad. Even though I'm telling them, work the purpose, focus on the impact. Some of them they're they're in that gap of having that problem with that silence that comes, and then they get emotional and they feel like they need to do something different. I need to change something. I need to do something else. So they not being consistent until they get their breakthrough. Some of them be right there, Ursula. They be right there, but they just you done seen it. Okay, do your thing.
Yeah. And honestly, he's not, and it's crazy because I had this exact conversation with someone maybe not even an hour ago. Not even an hour ago. I had this exact conversation with someone about being consistent even when it feels like the consistency isn't working. And the reason being is because, like, for instance, Mel, I've talked with Matt about you. I've seen you here and there briefly. I've met you, and you have experienced great success. No one is above experiencing dips. No one is above it. Just like businesses in general, all these big brand names, Target, Walmart, Kroger, all these different places, they have those same dips. The only difference is they account for the fact that there will be a slow season. So there are minor adjustments, whether it be in overhead, whether it be, and I'm using this as an example, how many employees they have on site during those slow seasons. But that's already pre-planned and that's already understood. Especially when you are in business, you can't escape that part. It happens. I've had it. Matt has had it. It's just a part of business, and it's gonna be there for the rest of your days. It will be consistent. It will get to a point where it's consistent as far as you can guarantee income is going to be coming in, but you have to account for the margin of error. Now, what that does not mean is that when you are having a slow season, that doesn't mean that all the work that you've done has been in vain. That doesn't mean that you need to scrap everything and start over, create something brand new from scratch, come with something fresh and new. No, what's been working has been working. Times will change, but guess what? As we all know, what goes down will literally come back up. It has nowhere else to go. As it's going to sit at the bottom for a little bit, but it will come back up. What needs to change is your mindset to how you handle a low. And this, y'all, this goes into other aspects as well. And Chanel can speak to this with time management and adjusting your schedule to accommodate for those lows, because when you are in those lows, that's when you need to be in the lab building. What I mean by building is revamping your products, not completely changing them, but adding additional minor tweaks to them, because everything needs to be looked at every couple months to just make sure it's on the up and up, that it's moving. Spend those lows being productive. Don't sulk, don't sit in it, don't allow for it to take away from the draining, because what that's going to do is that's going to make you dependent on the highs of your business, which will force you to not have a stable business. It will force you to not have a reliable business, because you're going to forever be in a state of change. You're going to be forever chasing change. You're going to be forever chasing what's different, what's new. How do I get brand new eyes? You literally have to trust the process. That saying has not been around forever for nothing. It's around for a reason. And the trusting the process does not mean that once you finally get to this point to where you have this big aha moment, that you are not going to have another low. Trusting the process doesn't mean that. Trusting the process means that regardless of if other people recognize your worth, you know that you have put in the man hours, you know that you have put in the time, you know that you have put in the research to know that regardless if other people see it and value it in this moment, you know that what you have to offer is gold and it is life-changing. It's just the time. That's literally it. Another thing that people are forgetting, just in general, and you have to be very conscious of what is going on around you. If you think about the climate of the world right now, regardless of political beliefs, whatever, I don't care about that. Regardless, think about the climate of the world right now. We just came off the back end of a government shutdown that went into holiday season. The government shutdown did not only affect government workers, it affected businesses where government workers patronize. It affected people's ability to go out and network and communicate and be around other people. It affected people's spirits to where when they're on social media, they're not looking for what to buy because they can't afford it. They're looking for inspiration to help them be like, how am I going to feed my family? And all I got is a can of beans in my cabinet. It's completely different. You come off of the government shutdown into holiday season, which you just went how long was it, a month, 2 months? You just went almost 2 months with no income, and now you got to make a miracle happen for the next 2 months, especially if you got kids or a significant other, or if you have someone that's relying on you to do something. On top of that, a lot of sickness around the same time as the government shutdown is happening. You have people losing family members. And then with everything that's going on with ICE, again, regardless of political views, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you guys are actually seeing. You have people who literally would be here patronizing businesses who are no longer in the country. That is a testament to the times. What you're doing is not that it's not working. You have to adjust for the times, accommodate for the times, and understand that just like history of time, regardless of presidents, regardless of political, parties, regardless of what was happening in the world, there will be lows and there will be highs throughout the years, throughout the decades. It is just what it is. But what you do during that downtime is what will make or break your business. Because you don't think that something that worked for a year straight, just magically today, it just don't work no more. We didn't get a new set of humans. It's just the times. But you can't sit and sulk in that and think, well, dang, I made $40,000 this month. I made $30,000 this month. I did that for a year straight. I can't even make $1,000 this next month. Like, I gotta change everything. That's the worst thing you can do for business. Just to give you an example, now granted, and I'm using these things because they are very big things that everybody essentially knows about. Target was boycotted, right? A large group demographic did not go to Target. Did Target scrap everything that they sold and said, let's try selling something else? Regardless, if you go into Target, it looks the exact same. They are selling the same thing. Now, granted, they probably didn't anticipate the backlash and all the other things that they were going to get and the decrease in income as heavily as it was. But when it all happened, as it's still happening now, as you can see, their sales have been consistently down. They didn't just say, all right, we need a whole new strategy on things that we're selling. No, we keeping the same products. We're a superstore, family store, whatever. That's what it's going to remain. And they are adjusting for the dip. Now, what they doing, I don't know. Ain't my business. But I'm using it as an example. The minute you start to rely, and I used to tell people this all the time, you cannot base your business off of inspiration, motivation, and how you feel. It has to be fully off of discipline, following the steps, even when you do not feel like it. Because those same steps that led you to success, when you aren't motivated, when you aren't inspired, those same steps will still keep you going. It will still keep things operational. Does that make sense, y'all?
It do. Now, before you stop, now can you speak to the other end? Cause I got some people who I'm getting at the same goal, who it's the money thing. It's the slowdown. But on this other side, Ursula, and I haven't talked to all of them about this yet. This is kind of a recent discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Ursula, I got mad talent in here, and they growing now. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a good group. And you know me, we've had 60, 70, 100 people per Zoom every week. And
Mm-hmm.
I told you, the whole thing trash.
Mm-hmm.
You see me last year when I had people making plenty of money, and I'm like, I ain't got a, I got five. I'm out of 70 right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's by 60 of them, they not gonna make it to December. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And these would
Yeah.
be $5,000, $10,000 people. This is a really good group. But
Yeah.
this group, if you could help inspire this group in a way lowballs their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, they haven't heard me say this yet, but just I realized this Sunday from the QC. This group lowballs how impactful they are to
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Not even on me. I'm doing the best I can, but I don't know. I know you got. They know I got a pretty big heart, but they haven't experienced yours. So can
Mm-hmm.
you speak to them on that? On just being in a position where it's right now, Ursula. It's some of them right now. It's they season to press gas. I've literally
Mm-hmm.
watched God literally fight to hold them in position. But some of them,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they shot clocking. It's like
Yeah.
they dribbling and they waiting to the perfect time to shoot the shot. And I'm like, do you don't see what I see? Like the
Mm-hmm.
door being open for them. Like when I tell you I got some people in here that if they put gas on it, they out of here. They next
Mm-hmm.
level. But it's a
Yeah.
lot of them that's here. They just they play themselves small. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why, but I got a good handful of people in here who really prepared to be next. But they when you really talk to them and they open up,
Mm-hmm.
they for some reason feel like they ain't ready, but everything right there in front of them. Can you speak to that?
I'm gonna be completely blunt. And some people know me in this light, some people don't. And for y'all who do, you understand what I'm about to say. And for y'all who don't, I'm so sorry to you. But what I don't do ever is pacify feelings, because feelings ain't and will never get you nowhere but hurt. That's just the reality in business, in life. If you put your feelings on the line for it to navigate and for it to dictate how you move, it will get you hurt. What I mean by that is that, oh, well, you know, I feel like if I post too much, I may be doing too much. People may get annoyed. They may get overwhelmed. F they feelings. F that thought process. Some people feel like, well, I mean, I've been doing this for a little while now, and I'm not where I thought I would be right now. There's no place where you thought you would be. You can't predict it. You just have to be where you need to be. You have to be found doing what you're supposed to be doing when your people are circling around you. You have to always be doing what it is that you need to be doing, regardless. That's unfortunately just the reality of it, because ain't nobody gonna believe in you more than you need to believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, it's only so far I'm gonna be able to push you before I have to take my efforts somewhere else, to someone who is willing to try, to even try. It's okay to look stupid, like an absolute fool, for the betterment of you and what your dreams, what your goal, and what your purpose is. Did they get behind MLK when he first came out talking about I got a dream? Well, that was different, but y'all get the point. Y'all get what I'm saying? Was Beyonce right now? When Beyonce first came out with, what was that song? Bow Down. People clown that girl so bad. Clown that girl so bad. But guess what? She wasn't afraid to look stupid, because that was her purpose. That was her goal. When you think about all of these leaders, when you think about everything, Rosa Parks was on that bus by herself. It didn't benefit her directly to do that. It didn't help her directly to be there alone. But it allowed for her purpose to evolve, because she wasn't afraid to look stupid. She wasn't afraid to try. If you sit here and you take the back seat to what it is that you good at, and the problem is some of y'all don't even know you good at it. You just had an idea and you thought you could make it work and you running with it. But some people, some of y'all, and again, I don't know a lot of y'all directly to even speak to y'all specifically. I know some of y'all in here, but a lot of y'all need to sit with the fact that you have an idea, and you either need to try your hardest to make it work, or you need to let it go. If you're not willing to go all in, let it go. Let somebody else go all in. Literally, sign it over, X the LLC, hand it to somebody else who's willing to go and do for the business, do for the brand, do for the purpose what you are actively deciding that you will not do. Because anything that's against moving forward is an active decision of moving backwards.
Mm.
It's no other way to put it. You can't sit stagnant, because what's going to happen is 2 years from now, while you still thinking about, well, maybe, I feel like I'm really good at this. I feel like I could do that. While you sitting there thinking about it for 2 years, somebody else going to be done came, saw what you doing, go and do it better than you. Because you did not even try. You was too afraid to look crazy online. You was too afraid that you was stumbling over your words. You was too afraid that you didn't get it right. The video wasn't as clear as it needed to be. You didn't have the most aesthetic background. You didn't have the best clothes out there. You wasn't dripped in designer. You didn't have the new lace front. You didn't have the new braids. You got somebody over there who's sitting there, woke up, barely wiped the crust out their eyes, and talking harder about your purpose than you even willing to get up and try to. And to me, I feel like if I'm not doing it, like I'm basically paying y'all at this point. I'm paying y'all to watch me fail if I'm not willing to do it. I'm paying you to actively play a part in my own demise. That is straight self-sabotage. And it's an active decision. Because sitting on the sidelines, it ain't no being neutral in your purpose. It ain't, you either for it or you against it. And if you ain't all the way for it, you all the way against it. And that's just how I feel. Because I've seen it. Mac can tell you, I've seen people so deep in their purpose and don't understand their worth and not willing to try to understand their worth, that they will drop like I'm talking about businesses that's making $40,000-$50,000 a month will straight drop them because they don't see the value in what it is that they doing, and they don't understand their worth to the full capacity of what it is that they can produce. And before you even get to the point where you are wasting 10, 15, $20,000, before you even get to that point, go ahead and cut it out. Just bow out. Here. No, go ahead.
My. You see what y'all saying? Lord knows I was about to flip the whole script this week. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, I just hope this helping you. Even if you put in, if you're a person, thank you so much, Ursula. Even if you're a person who you're putting some into it, I want to make sure like we help y'all too. Listen, there comes a point where you can't walk this thing no more. You have to run. I feel like this the first group where I can truly say that I got more people who have a fear of success than they do a failure. Would y'all say that that's true? I really feel like because I got some really good people. I know it. I talk about y'all all the time. Like I be like, hey man, I got a healthy group, man. These folk conscious and but when I come to see if you putting gas on it, most of y'all you not. And if I ask you why, your reasons sound logical. Except for like she said, if you're not 100% committed to where you're going.
And being 100% committed don't mean being 100% right. Don't mean being 100% perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's being 100% committed to succeeding so bad that you willing to try it all. You willing to give it all. Every part of you. Because think about crazy. Like, I want y'all to even think about it on a smaller scale. Calendars. Imagine if the person who made calendars was like, oh, I just don't see they just don't believe in me. You know, like they not, oh, I don't know, maybe this is stupid. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't get on here and show people that they can keep track of the weeks or keep track of the months. I just should not. Imagine someone who created the watch. I just don't know if I should do that. I don't know who cares about. I don't know if they really care about keeping track of the time, being able to tell from night to day and what hour, or the alarm clock. I don't know. I don't know if anybody just truly cares about, having an alarm. I don't know if they believe in it like I believe in having an alarm. You get what I'm saying? These are basic things that we use every day. Imagine if those people decided that they wasn't gonna go all in for their purpose. We'd be
It's a
running for the
power.
hills.
It's a power in y'all mind too. This type of group I had, Ursula. Y'all have to stop creating the imagination of hell with your 100% commitment. Because y'all be making dangers in your mind that ain't really there. That's what fear is. False evidence is appearing to be real. Because y'all will create a situation why you didn't do it. And then that's what you show up with. And I'm the person that looking like that wasn't really never there. Like the problem you saying that might happen is the least expected outcome. Some of y'all have did so much work. The success is the most likely outcome of your next step. But instead of you stepping across that line, you finna go walk in a circle. You finna, and then you come back and you're like, hey, what happened? And you have this extremely clever way of honestly telling me some BS. Only because I love you do I be like, I. But I'm really just going back to myself thinking, I don't know why you would do that. But
And let me tell y'all something. I know a lot of y'all ain't never worked with me, but for the people who have worked with me, they will tell you the person that you see in my stories, the person that you see on my page, it ain't the same. It's not the same person at all. The reason is I'm definitely a no excuse type of person. I done heard every excuse in the book, and it ain't not one that you gonna give me that's gonna make me understand.
Nah, Mel thinks she could have worked you. Let me tell you about Mel for a second. I ain't gonna tell her all her business. Mel will not post the content I tell her to. Mel posted 4 videos this month.
Mel,
And one
I'm
of the
gonna tell
most
you, if I don't like to talk out the side of my neck, I'm gonna tell you this now. What I mean by that is I will 100% drop you from the program. Not saying you specifically, I'm talking about everybody in general. If I'm asking you to do something and I'm asking you to do something to, this is for everybody in general, not, not male. I haven't personally worked with male, so I can't speak to anything with her, but this is for all y'all just in general. If I'm asking you to do something and unless literally hell and high water have happened to prevent you from being able to do it because we're not above life happening, I will literally I will offboard you very quick, because what you're not gonna do is waste my time and your time, because there's somebody else who is willing to post the bare minimum. There is somebody else who is willing to try, not even have to be perfect. There's somebody else willing to say, hey, I created these videos and I want to post them, but I'm just a little bit nervous. Can you give me a little bit of validation? There's somebody else willing to take steps forward. Excuses do not work with me. Because back in the day, we would delete everything and start over.
whole page. The whole page. Y'all don't know. We had a boot camp. I told them about the boot camp that was there. But I ain't tell them about the last one. The last boot camp we had, y'all, it's 8 weeks. I think they only got 3 classes. Because every time they came, if they ain't had their assignment done, Ursula said, oh, we ain't having class in the Zoom, man. I turned it off. And y'all got to think, them folk paid up $2,500 a piece for them 8 weeks. But but
because you're not going to extend my time. You're not going to turn my 8 weeks to 16 weeks because you don't want to do. And y'all, and this is the crazy thing. When you think about it this way, this is the crazy thing. You paid me so that you could learn and you could do, and then you choose not to do. Because if you just throwing out money, sign me up. And I don't believe in wasting people's money. I've never believed in that. I wholeheartedly want you to experience amazingness, the best, when you work with me. The people in here who have worked with me, when I say I give my all into it, I give my all. I put my all. I think my all. I go above and beyond. I exhaust whatever that little bucket of all is. I'm gonna exhaust it for you. But if you not even willing, and that's what it is, you're not even willing to try. You're not even willing to take one step in the right direction. And it's just something we're not gonna do. Cause why play with yourself like that? If you know you're not willing to work, and the thing is, it's really recognizing where you are in your journey. Because if you are in a space to where you trying to get over the fact of I'm scared to post, you don't need to be in no advanced nothing unless it's going to target and help you get over being scared to post. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated because you're not producing. The mentor, the coach, the trainer, whoever is going to get frustrated because you're not trying to produce. And then where does that leave everybody? Having the same conversation that you could have had with yourself. Why are you not posting? And that's where that self-realization comes in. And we've been talking about this real heavy lately. That's where that self-realization comes in. Are you scared to post? Is it because of mental things? Is it because of physical things? You don't necessarily like the way you look here or there. Is it because of your background? You feel like your aesthetic ain't that? Is it because you feel like you're not smart enough? Because some people feel like that. Even though they have these grand ideas, some people feel like, well, I'm just not really I'm not the best with my words. I'm not smart enough. Or, I feel like I need somebody else to be on camera. Or, I feel like maybe I can record, but I don't like the sound of my voice. What is it? These are the things that's going to carry you. These are the things that's going to lay the foundation. All of those low seasons when you have in business, that's when you perfect that. You don't like the sound of your voice, keep listening to it. Listen to your voice on repeat. And I'm not saying that you're going to start liking it, but you're going to get used to the sound of your voice. That's going to make it easier for you. You don't like the way you look, record yourself every day until you get used to your face and it don't even bother you no more. You don't like the way your background look, go get some wallpaper from Dollar Tree and change it. It's always a way, and it's always a reason that things can get better and things can get done. It's just if you want to or not. Because people who want to, they don't find excuses and they don't sit in excuses. People who want to, they look for reasons to move forward. They look for opportunities to move forward. Damn, I want to make running videos, but all my shoes got a hole in them. I'm about to wrap some red tape around it and write some fire ass saying on it. People gonna just think I'm doing this and motivating y'all with the tips of my shoes, but I got a hole in my shoe. And I don't want y'all to know. But I'm going to wrap it in red tape and I'm going to write, you can do this on my shoe. So now they see that shoe wrapped in red tape and they thinking I'm just trying to motivate. No, I'm covering that hole. But you don't know that. That's my insecurity that I'm fixing until I have some shoes that don't have a hole in it. And then just for nostalgia to get the crowd crazy, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make a list of videos in my brand new shoes that ain't tattered or torn. And I'm going to write inspirational things on there so that I can remind you that I still decided to do it when I didn't have it. Hmm. And I'm not speaking from a place of having it all that stuff. I'm speaking up from a place of, and I don't know y'all dynamic, y'all demographics, how y'all grew up, whatever, where I did not have it and I had to figure out a way to make it happen. I didn't have a ride. Oh, I had to figure out how to get there.
I think that the thing this may not be possible, but this is so this is more of a statement than a real thought. But I'll let you speak to this and then we'll go. Only one of y'all turned in y'all 100K game plan, but I realized what happened. Some of y'all didn't do the chart. You did the work. You didn't do the worksheet. What you did was you did the doc. I take the doc too. It's the same process. But I only got really one to two of y'all to send it. So and that's Malika's and Lareel's. So I used them for an example, but they let me. I think some of y'all didn't do the chart. Some of y'all may be waiting. Y'all can let me know in the comments if that's what it is. But to cap off and like what you were saying, Ursula, oh, you got the doc and the worksheet. The rest of y'all, let me know if that's what you got too. If you never went to the worksheet, but you got the doc. Uh, I came in later, man. I had the doc. It's the 100K game plan. I told everybody they could click share uh, and put my email in there and it'll send it over. So I'll refresh because I may have missed some of y'all's. But just kind of in our conversation that Ursula and I having with y'all now. Okay, I see some of the rest of y'all's in there now. I don't want y'all, and I don't say this to scare y'all, but two things. And like I said, Ursula, I'll let you speak to this. Number one, Ursula, this group of people, not all of them. And once again, if you sit in a box for my Malikas Chris, just some of y'all who you expanding. You get what I'm saying? You moving. Now I still be wanting a little more from y'all, but I be more rather want y'all to stay focused because y'all ultra talented and y'all can get disfocused. So not y'all. Everybody know what chair you in. Now I got y'all separated for a reason. But saying that to say this, so this group don't really know because there's so much BS out there. Like people, people tell our story. I can't say this too much because I don't know why, but when I just thought of this, it made me emotional. But I've been doing real well. They get so much content from people who ain't never did what we did. They tell our story and sell them a product, and not just in the digital market space. We know this is in every space now, where there's so much information, but it ain't got no real details to it. Like no real details. So many of them they come from that space. Some people have been removed. Some people they still honestly they distracted. Some people it's their life, it's their neighborhood. But saying to say this, y'all who don't understand and realize how content can change your life, you crazy. You crazy. The stuff y'all trying to do now, we was doing on accident or as a game. Y'all gotta understand, Ursula quit her job just because. Just because. We had people making a joke out of I work with Ursula and man, not quit my job. The stuff y'all feel like is virtually impossible. Chanel could tell y'all, we made it a thing where I had to have a class telling them to stop quitting. Because they was doing it like it was a game. It was a game. Like, but everybody was making money. Literally, everybody was making money, and it all was from content. Even though we was able to do the lives, because what some of them stuck on now, and once again, it's so many differences. Uh, the way, and if I gotta close out what I'm saying to say this, and I gotta put the other half with it, they don't know Ursula the power of their content. Ursula, it's some people in here got some crazy stories, got some amazing brands. I wish I could just tell you all of what they got, like Dean do storytelling. Chris and Malika are whole worlds by themselves. You get what I'm saying? Cheryl got one of the best game plans that I've ever put together. Madeline first OOTD that she did was listen, my type level fashion video. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it was her first one. And I'm like, I know this is really, you know what I'm saying? Jamia is multi-passionate, can build multiple pages. You get what I'm saying? She do Detroit. Like, it's people in here like they don't know how dope they are. I try to tell them.
Yeah.
They know a little bit, but they don't know for real. But they don't really understand what content does. They see
Right.
the stories like the girl that just got the deal with who is it, Dr. Pepper for the jingle and stuff. Her
Yeah.
content is trash. Like said, hey, she didn't wipe the lens or nothing.
Yeah.
Sus, but what sis did was work her purpose. She just kept coming on
hmm
singing jingles. Y'all, we done seen
And that
50 of
that
them
goes
people.
back to what I just said. She wasn't afraid to look stupid.
She wasn't afraid to look stupid. And then my last point to this, I'll let you speak, and then we'll move on. I don't want these people to run into the day, Ursula, where they need everything we've been preparing them for. And they a year, they 6 months. I don't
hmm
care if it's 3 weeks behind, and them 3 weeks finna ruin their life.
Yep.
Like if y'all got fired.
hmm
I want all y'all to picture that in your mind. If
Yep.
you got fired today, and most of y'all, some of y'all like, some of y'all know how to move your money, but most of y'all in here in the economy we live in, you don't use them savings. You don't emptied out them 401ks, some stuff like that. And even then, you're now in a deficit because you're not pouring money in no more. It's coming at a detractor. What would you do if it was all on you tomorrow? And you got this gift in front of you. You got this money you don't put in and pay me. But you know you 7 steps behind,
hmm
8 steps behind. You could have been on video number 175 right now of talking to them
Mhm.
people, and your audience will be ready to go. But it ain't, because you simply, the little pieces, no matter how easily I showed it to you, you just didn't do it. Or that extra push you were supposed to give yourself. That you're real good at the basics. You blend in with the basics. And you'll
Mhm.
blend in with people who, well, I do that part, so I'm okay. See you, and you know in your heart that I expect more out of you than that. You know I know you more time. Because some of y'all talented, but you try to hide around untalented people. Because then you ain't got to
Yep.
compete.
And that's the
So
worst
you,
disservice you could ever do to yourself, is to put yourself in a room with people so that you feel like you gonna shine because they don't know how to. When all actuality, that's you dulling yourself because you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to be around the best, to surround yourself with the best, to even know what the best look like, because you're the best in your world. And doing those things, doing all those steps, y'all, this is your goal. This is your dream. This is what you working for. This is your legacy. This is your drive. Doing Producing a stupid amount of videos, y'all, is not necessarily just so that you can get, you know, more people over there. No, it's so that you can build habits that are going to set yourself up for success. Imagine you create 20 videos in a week, right? Where it took you a whole day to just make one. Now you can push out seven in a day because you kept doing it, because you got faster and you learned how to edit a little bit more. I'm not going to say better because I'm taking out better growth in those capacities, but you learned how to edit a little bit faster so that you can create more videos. You knew exactly where to put your camera that was going to give you the lighting that you needed so you don't have to keep adjusting. You know exactly where to put your clothes. You know exactly how to word yourself. You knew your tone that you needed to come in on. You know these things so that it removes that anxiety around creating content. It's the steps that you have to do that create the space so that whether you like how you look or like how you feel, you know that this is going to work and this is going to get it done. And now you can do it in an efficient manner so that, let's just say you have a moment that is viral. You're not sitting there stuck trying to figure out, well, dang, I got 20 reply videos I got to do. No, you've spent the last 6 months practicing how to get faster at editing, how to get faster at recording, how to get faster at saying what you need to say on video without having to restart because you keep messing up. So that now, when those 20 reply videos are due and they're now required from your audience, you can do it without thinking twice. It's not something that you got to second guess. It's not something that you got to sit on. Those steps help you prepare so that you are able to be the version of yourself that you need to be when it's time for you to reach that level of consistent engagement, consistent interaction, consistent flow of income, because it happens and it's there and it will pop out of nowhere. You'll think everything that you have been doing is in vain and has been in vain when it is not. And it seems minute and it seems small. Those small things, those baby steps allow for you to take big steps. You can't skip over the baby steps. You can't skip over the mundane tasks that you have to do because you may not pay for it now, but you will pay for it later. And I'm telling you from from experience. Like I don't know if Matt has kind of went down the history, but working with clients of all different sorts of financial standings in their business. People who make $0, people who make 50, 60,000, people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars, people who make millions. The one thing that is consistent across the board is that you cannot skip the steps. I've had a client who went from making $1,000 a month to making $30,000 a month over the course, like after 6 months, jumped from $1,000 a month to 30 plus thousand every month going forward. I do check-ins every couple months with my clients. I do check-ins, see how you've been, blah, 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 because my goal is not to have you dependent on me. I want you to get to the point where you don't need me other than to touch bases, do a refresher, keep it moving. But I do check-ins. I check in with her, still making the same amount, but as much as she's making, she's losing. And that is from returns, refunds, send backs. What's the word where they go to their bank and can't
Hardbacks.
chargebacks? And you want to know why? Because the small steps that I preached were skipped. I said you cannot do this without making sure you have X, Y, and Z in order. But guess what? That was a very expensive lesson for her. She ain't skipped them steps since. So she making her money, but she made sure to go back and do her steps so that she could keep it. A
And the
hundred
sad thing
thousand
is,
dollar lesson is not a that ain't a lesson you ever forget.
never, ever.
We had another client. I don't know. She may be in here. I don't know. But she got to the point, how much was she making? 20, 30,000 a month with the underwear?
Nah, she quit.
No, I know, but she was making
Yeah.
20, 30,000 a month. She
Yep.
she started off not, I think, barely touching what, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 or something a month when we
Two,
started working with her.
like 200, $250.
Yeah.
I,
So
I
we
remember that chart.
we gave her list of steps, and the steps are beyond just the content. Make sure you have this ready. Make sure you have this
Yep.
list prepared. Make sure you have this so that when these things happen, you know exactly what it is that you need to do. You need to set yourself up. And when I say overnight, well, what looked like overnight, it was work, but she took off insane. But the
And we
problem
went viral
was,
on Instagram.
I'm talking about could not, the moment that she restocked, it was sold out in 10 minutes. She literally had to stop her business because she could not get the product in time to give to people, because she skipped the step of making sure she had that in line if the demand increased.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a space to where you have the opportunity to make so much money and you can't because you skipped the small steps. Because you refuse to go and try to create the video.
We
I,
can do
I
a
just want to make
documentary
sure,
on them people.
I just want to
Oh,
make
yo.
sure, I'm not, y'all, I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself.
And we talking about y'all just don't not be ready. Cause any day it could pop off. But we promise you, it be the worst
Hmm.
time of your life if you ain't ready.
Yeah.
It could
Like,
be so bad.
y'all don't understand. Matt, I'm gonna say this because everybody keep asking me, and they keep asking me my story. Not right now, but a little bit earlier on. I'm gonna tell y'all this. So people keep asking me, what does it look like to work with me? What is that gonna look like? I'm gonna tell y'all now, I don't look like anything. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why. Because I have understood my capacity. 100% understood my capacity. And for y'all who have been here, who know my story, who have know what I've been through, y'all know the phase that I am in my life. It's completely different from 4 or 5 years ago. Completely different. And it's very beautiful. It is so beautiful right now. I'm not willing to allow anything to disrupt that. I
Mhm.
I I cannot, because I've worked very hard. I prayed on end for days like this. But what I will say is I do not neglect the need, like, because I took a hiatus. A year and a half was crazy. It was absolutely insane. But I do not neglect the fact that where I left off was a cliffhanger. So I am going to be working with select people. When I say select, I mean literally select. It's going to be, I have a form that is in my bio. You can get it on Instagram, you can get it on TikTok, you can get it wherever. There is a form in my bio. Filling out this form does not mean that I am going to work with you because I'm only picking 5 people. The form is very detailed with questions. Answer those questions in depth. The form closes in, I think, what's that, second week of February or a week and a half? I don't know. I'll let y'all know the dates, but it closes in about 8 days. At that point, that's when I will pick those 5 people that I'm going to be working with. Read that form very thoroughly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work with those 5 people, but in the background, I am creating an entire program. And I told Matt about this. I'm actively working on it. I'm creating an entire program, and it is called the Foundation. This is going to be self-paced. This is going to be for people who are beginners, intermediate, and advanced. This is going to allow you to create and not miss the small steps that you need in business to prepare the full picture for you. It's going to allow you to piece the puzzle pieces so that you not only have an understanding of what it is that you're doing in content, huh? Wait, did somebody ask something?
No doubt, Malachi. Well, he did
Oh.
ask something. He asked, "Did I buy any gummies yesterday?"
But yeah, so
I'm sorry.
in short, there is a form in my bio on all social media. This form will close in about 8 days. There will only be 5 people that I'm selecting from everybody who fills out this form. What I'm determining is who I'm going to work with, is who I feel like, based on their answers, I'm most aligned with and that I can make the most impact with. It's very simple. It's not some type of Hunger Games things. I want to make sure that the people that I select are going to be the people that I feel like I can do the most impact with. You don't have to be advanced. You don't have to be a beginner. It don't matter where you are in your journey. Go to my bio, read it, and if that's something that you want to do, fill it out. Because after that closes, everything that I do going forward is going to be dedicated to the program and creating that. And that's not something that's probably going to be available until summertime or fall. But for y'all who keep asking, how can you work with me? This is the only time that that is even an option. But that was my 2 cents, Matt.
I thank you so kindly. How many of y'all you enjoyed that piece? I'm still going over y'all docs if you wanted. I finna put it up right now because I said I would. But how many of y'all you needed that? Because sometimes I don't. Once again, I'm human just like y'all. I don't be knowing until you say it. But we have more of these nights like this now than we used to. Me and Chanel be trying to explain to them, Ursula, that
Mm-hmm.
uh I used to be very hard and private and
Mm-hmm.
how they had never met saying or none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to turn the Zoom off on them. Listen, y'all get talking all that you want to. I, I think I'm in love. My dog died last night.
Your dog
No,
died?
no, somebody would say that, and I was still in the Zoom. So I be telling them they get more purpose, more substance now than what they used to. Cause we have a day like this almost every 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
where it just be me and them as a community. And like I say, this group though, they be taking it and they grow from it. Like I say, most of y'all for the most part. It's just some gas y'all got to put on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, some people there's different little areas, but it's just some gas y'all got to put on it. Y'all a good group. You get what I'm saying? And I say this right here before I move on. Don't ever think, and Ursula knows this on a different level too. We have to have this conversation with y'all another day.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it like this takes sacrifice, y'all. Like
Yep.
this takes sacrifice, doing the substance, being patient, sowing into people, earning the next dollar from y'all. When y'all go exclusive, I earn them dollars. I earn them. I know I do because I know your bread like back of my hand. Listen and show up for you. Listen like
Mm-hmm.
nobody else's business, helping y'all make money. And it's a lot of people that they go years, y'all, decades of investing in their business, and it don't get no
Mm-hmm.
better. It take them a long time before they find true, not only true coaching, but true community. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And true anointing, just to even put that spiritual part in there. Some people, y'all, they just good at telling you what you want to be told on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Real good. It's a lot of them people now too, baby. You got to think people ain't robbing no more. They become coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to say that on the video. Yeah, people don't. All this stuff criminals used to do. They say where them criminals became content creators, coaches for 10,000. Bob, I know where they at. Some of them, if you look up their history, that's what they were before. You just don't know it. And I still see every now and then a few of y'all over there. I'm like, you don't even know this person is crook.
Mm-hmm.
You should ask where I know him from, and it ain't business. My cousin be done told me, oh, that Chico. Who?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we called him on D Block. That's what we called her on D Block. You get what I'm saying? But it's just this is where it's real at, and we be getting them real results, y'all. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We be getting it. So I just want y'all to stay faithful to it. But thank you, Ursula.
Yes.
Uh, y'all make sure y'all follow Ursula and y'all be in her stories. The gems are more than worth it. Ursula is the content specialist. Y'all hear me? She is
I'm
the
gonna put my
content
hand up.
specialist. You need them when you do them five details. When you need them details of content, that's where you go. Especially if you go after you've came through me, it'd be a different level. It'd be because you be really ready to take on what she's telling you. Cause it don't be no cookie cutter stuff. You get what I'm saying? Heavy on the content on all platforms. Just
Mm-hmm.
like it sound. Heavy on the content. I think I
I
got it
I
right
put
here.
it I put it in the chat too. Heavy on the content on all platforms.
Let me finish opening up the rest of these docs from my emails.
And that's how y'all will find me. If you want to be one of the five, if that's something that's on your heart that you want, the form to fill out is in the bio. Does not guarantee that you will be, but it just puts your hat in the race.
Yep. And something I could say in front of them too, that I know you need to hear. Hey man, I appreciate you for choosing you and knowing your capacity too. Because I had to do that for myself this year. When I went through the stuff, and you know me. Some of
Yeah.
them don't know me. So they, I don't go down that rabbit hole no more, but
Right.
it's a couple naps. Hey, they don't know. Hey, don't thank me, thank God. Because if he would have let me go, I would have showed seen how far he would have let me take it. But I had to choose me in all that I had going on. And when you had to do it for you the first time, I knew that lesson wasn't too far from me. I just was like, hey, I'm
Man,
gonna try
don't
to.
look, don't make me emotional, man.
But now that's something big because people don't know. uh some of them know, but they don't know how much we do this. The pains that we went through, and understanding it wasn't just about business, but God really tested us to make sure we cared about our kids, our lives. You get what I'm saying? For me, my spouse, like we really beat life in doing this. This wasn't
Mhm.
just business for us. We fought for our lives all the way up to it. And in some ways, we still maturing. Like we technically are becoming different level adults
Yeah.
by having businesses, nothing, and sometimes nobody to depend on, and still got crazy challenges that they don't
Right.
know nothing, that they don't be knowing nothing about. That we just don't learn how to defeat them back
Yeah.
to back to back to back.
We take
But
it on the chin every time.
in some crazy ways, and like when I had to when I had to adjust in August, Chanel was a person who would hear to say it. She said it to the mentorship group before we ended that. Best, and man, I cried my eyes out when she told them. She was like Matt different now. He can't be for us what he used to be because he grown up to be the man he is for his family.
Yeah.
And that's how it had to be. Like, I don't stress doing this the way I used to. And this is something I want y'all to take to heart. It's because y'all stick together as a community. As much as we push y'all, but it's some of y'all who here, y'all really do pray for me and my people. And I know you would for Ursula too. You really down for me like that. And then some of y'all have figured out it's you being down for yourself in that too that make it help. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When y'all be successful, that help us because y'all are our story. Y'all is where we put our work at. Like it has been a challenge for years. It's funny because they don't know this, Ursula. Y'all, we are always challenged in our own content and marketing because our best work go into y'all.
Yeah.
We weren't growing our pages, platforms, and charging people $10,000 offers and stuff. Because when I tell y'all every day we was, I still tell people because they be like, man, your Instagram numbers don't make sense for your content to be so fire. I was like, well, you got to find my clients. You
Yeah.
find my clients, you be like, oh snap, it's impressive. Cause I'm like, that what the work was it. I said, man, sometimes, man, we would work so hard. We almost would go without posting, y'all,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we would be working, just
Baby,
working
you
in
have
the
to
gap.
find us. We've had clients become millionaires. Like, do you know how crazy that is? To watch somebody go from making less than six figures to becoming millionaires. It was so y'all, it was so bad if you was around for this era. People thought we was paying people for reviews. And I was like, no, unprovoked.
Dang, they
But
don't
it's
understand about entrepreneurship. We were having people become millionaires, y'all, and we were paycheck to paycheck in our own business. Like we were making the money, but we were still trying to fix our own lives and making the money while they were millionaires. Like that over the roof. Like we still like we took the long route. And what crazy?
yeah,
Never a jealous day, never a jealous
right.
bone, never. We just stayed down. We would blow people up and come back to the table and say, "Hey, what we supposed to be doing for us?"
Literally.
what?
And this
What?
is and this is crazy. Y'all don't understand. And a couple of y'all have been here. I would blow through $10,000 in a week, y'all. In a week. And need another 10 the next week. Because I had so much life happening. Like Chanel could tell y'all. Chanel could tell y'all. I had so much life happening. I had so many lawyers, so many different things. Like I was behind the scenes dealing with real life shit.
And 1 month, you had to pay $1,000 lawyer fee a week, wrecked your car, your apartment flooded, and that wasn't even that wasn't even I love it.
Like
I was
y'all
not
don't
all in 1 month.
y'all don't understand. Like I had shit going on behind the scenes that I thought literally was going to break me. And I still had to clock in on mine at 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yo, every morning, hey, yo, let go lie.
Cause that was my commitment.
Hey, I be telling y'all, we listen, built for this. Built for this. Air, listen, listen,
And
depressed
that's
and
why,
all.
yeah, I'm talking about off scenes, me and Matt on Zoom can't even catch our breath because we got so much happening behind the scenes. And when I left, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. The day that I left, and Matt knows this, and I don't know, Chanel may know this. I'm not 100% sure, she could tell you, but the day that I had to leave was the day that I got attacked. The day that I set the hiatus, I said I have to get my life together. I got attacked heading out to go to a client in person, and I had to cancel everything. Imagine, and then on top of that, I had to refund, what was that, $15,000?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a
I
lot.
had just left Boosie. If y'all know Boosie, I'm talking about the rapper Boosie. I just left his house in Atlanta, and I had to refund $15,000. I had just traveled from multiple states for the last month and a half, recorded content for multiple different clients, and I had to refund all of that money.
Yeah. Now we here now, so you got to tell them what attack means so that they know, so that they understand why you got to be in your purpose, because you never know what life go hit you with.
So I was heading, I have 3 kids. My oldest two, they have a different father than